Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Dax Nolan. It's really great to be with you today.
And I'm Naomi Kill. It's good to be back exploring the frameworks and insights that can really, help shape progress.
Absolutely. And here on Next Game Playbook, well, we explore the strategies, the insights, the essential frameworks,
Mm-hmm.
really to help empower creators, brands, forward thinkers, basically navigating those really important next moves in your journey.
Exactly, helping you figure out that next step. And today we're looking at something that, well, many of us think about, but maybe in a kind of limited way.
Oh,
It's this whole idea of investing in yourself. Often you hear that phrase and, people immediately think, okay, sign up for an online course, maybe get some new digital
yeah.
certificate.
Or maybe, yeah, focus on the finances, like boosting the retirement fund or something.
Precisely.
Right.
And look, those things are valuable, no question. They definitely contribute to advancement and security down the line.
There's always a but, isn't there?
Well, yeah, we came across this piece recently that really flips the script on this. It challenges you to think much bigger about what cultivating your best self actually entails.
Okay, I'm intrigued in this piece. Where can people find it?
It's an article called How to Invest in Yourself Beyond Online Courses, and it's available right now on the Next Game Playbook website. We're going to be drawing heavily from it today.
Great. So it's moving beyond just the usual suspects, the courses and the cash. What's the core idea then?
The central argument really is that true self-investment goes way beyond just getting a certificate or seeing a financial return.
Okay.
It's fundamentally about dedicating your time, your energy, and your resources, but doing it strategically to enhance your overall quality of life.
Overall, so across different areas.
Exactly. Multiple interconnected dimensions of your life. It's not just about work or just about learning.
And the article presents this as a kind of holistic strategy,
Right.
right? Not just isolated efforts.
Precisely. It's not a scattergun approach. The idea is that when you improve one area, it inevitably gives a boost to others.
Like a ripple effect.
Yeah, exactly. And that lays a much stronger foundation for, lasting growth and actual fulfillment rather than just temporary boosts or quick wins.
That makes sense. So let's get into that core idea a bit more. What does self-investment really mean in this bigger picture? Because you're right, it often gets narrowed down.
It really does. We hear self-growth or personal returns, and the mind jumps to, like you said, a degree, a promotion, maybe a better stock portfolio.
Which are all fine, but maybe not the whole story.
Not according to this perspective. The article defines it as a deliberate commitment, a conscious choice to allocate your time, energy, resources,
Okay.
all aimed at elevating your entire quality of life. And that word entire is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
It broadens the scope immediately, doesn't it?
Hugely. It forces you away from thinking about just optimizing one thing, like your career skills. It's saying, look at the whole system. Your physical health, your mental state, your emotional growth, your social connections, and your financial situation.
Wow. Okay. So it's weaving all those together.
Into a cohesive strategy. It sees you as this complex, interconnected system, not just, a collection of separate parts you can tweak individually.
That's a really different way to frame it. It makes you stop and think. You're like, when was the last time you consciously put energy into something that wasn't directly for your job, but was more about just upgrading your life generally?
That's a question, isn't it?
Maybe learning something just for the sheer joy of it. Or really investing proper, focused time into a relationship that maybe needed some attention. It definitely makes you look at your priorities.
And that question perfectly highlights the article's core belief. Everything in your life is connected. It's not just a nice idea, it's the foundation. The article argues, pretty convincingly, I think, that if you have a weakness in one area, it can subtly pull down your strengths elsewhere.
Like a weak link in a chain.
Exactly like that. But the flip side is also true. If you proactively strengthen one area, it often sends out positive ripples, boosting other areas in ways you might not even expect at first.
A symbiotic relationship, you said earlier.
Yeah. Investing in one part pays dividends across the board.
So to make this more concrete, the article breaks it down. It identifies 6 key areas, right? The pillars supporting this kind of well-rounded life.
That's right. 6 pillars. And understanding these gives you a fantastic map for figuring out where to focus your efforts. It shows you just how multifaceted this whole idea is.
Okay, let's walk through them. What's the first pillar?
The first one is mental well-being. And this goes way beyond just managing stress.
Right. It's not just damage control.
No, it's proactive. It includes things like mindfulness practices, actively engaging in creative activities, things that both challenge and relax your mind. And, importantly, it stresses seeking professional therapy when you need it, treating mental health seriously, just like physical health.
That's crucial. Removing the stigma.
Absolutely. And it also involves setting up thoughtful self-care routines, things that proactively support your thinking and emotional state. Think of it like mental hygiene, preventing burnout before it starts.
Mental hygiene. I like that framing.
Mhm.
It reframes self-care from being an indulgence to being, well, essential maintenance, preventative care for the mind.
Precisely. It's about building that resilience before you're in the thick of it, not just
Yeah.
reacting when things get overwhelming. That shift in perspective is subtle, but it's really powerful.
Okay, so mental well-being is pillar one. What's next?
Next up is physical health. And again, this is about consistency, not just occasional effort.
Right. Not just a New Year's resolution that fades by February.
Exactly. The article specifically mentions aiming for about 150 minutes of exercise weekly. That's a well-established benchmark for cardiovascular health, overall fitness. Beyond exercise, it's a commitment to balanced nutrition, really understanding that what you eat directly fuels your body and mind. And then there's sleep. Getting enough restorative sleep, typically 7 to 9 hours.
Which is so often the first thing to go when we're busy.
It is, but it's foundational for physical recovery, for clear thinking, for everything. And of course, regular medical checkups being proactive there too.
Okay, so mental and physical, those two feel quite intuitive, areas most of us know are important, even if we struggle to prioritize them consistently.
True. It's easier said than done sometimes.
But the framework goes further, right? It
Yeah.
shows how these things are all linked up.
It does. Pillar number 3 is emotional growth. This is about developing your emotional intelligence.
Okay, what does that encompass specifically?
It means understanding and managing your own emotions effectively, but also being able to accurately perceive and respond constructively to the emotions of others. Big stuff.
Yeah, that's huge.
It also involves disciplined self-reflection, making a regular practice of looking at your experiences, your reactions, why you do what you do. And a key part is building resilience, that ability to bounce back from difficulties, adapt to change, see setbacks as learning opportunities, not just failures.
Resilience feels more important than ever these days. So we've got the internal landscape covered. Mind, body, emotions. Where does the framework go next?
It pivots outward to how we connect with the world because, we don't operate in isolation.
Right.
So the fourth pillar is social bonds. This is about actively nurturing strong personal relationships. Those connections with friends, family, the ones that provide support, joy, that sense of belonging.
The quality of those connections, not just the quantity.
Absolutely. But it also extends to professional networking, using platforms like LinkedIn strategically, not just as a job board, but for genuine connection, sharing ideas, finding collaborators. The article really emphasizes the power of connection itself, both personal and professional, and it drops a pretty striking statistic
Which one?
that something like 70 to 80% of jobs are found through personal connections.
Wow. 70 to 80%. That really underscores the value of building and maintaining your network.
It absolutely does. It shows the tangible results of investing in those social bonds.
Okay, so social bonds, pillar 4. What's number 5?
Number 5 is intellectual expansion. This is your commitment to lifelong learning.
Beyond formal schooling.
Definitely. It can include formal education, sure, but it's also about engaging in diverse hobbies that genuinely pique your curiosity and broaden your horizons, and pursuing structured skill development to keep your mind sharp and adaptable. Basically, never stop learning.
Being intentionally curious. I like that. And the final pillar.
The sixth pillar, which often gets treated as totally separate, is financial health.
Ah, okay. How does that fit into this holistic picture?
Because it impacts everything else. Financial stress can bleed into your mental health, your relationships, even your physical health. So this pillar involves strategic budgeting, really knowing where your money's going.
Getting clear on the numbers.
Yes, and proactive debt reduction, freeing up resources for the future. Critically, building an emergency fund, that safety net, is so important.
It buys you peace of mind, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And the article also highlights seeking long-range financial advice, planning for stability, and your future goals.
So these 6 pillars, mental, physical, emotional, social, intellectual, financial, incation, they form the map. But the key point is how they interact, right? The interdependence.
That's the crucial takeaway. It's not a checklist where you tick off boxes in isolation. It's about recognizing the interplay.
The article gave an example, didn't it?
Yeah.
About physical fitness.
Yeah, it did. It said physical fitness doesn't just strengthen your body. It boosts your energy, sharpens your focus.
which then helps your career performance.
Exactly. And reduces stress. It's a clear feedback loop. One positive action creates benefits elsewhere.
It makes you wonder, where else do these connections show up? Maybe in ways that aren't immediately obvious.
That's a great question to ponder. And the flip side is just as important, which the article stresses. Neglecting one area creates a deficit that impacts the others.
Right. The weak link idea again.
Mm-hmm. Imagine someone who's brilliant intellectually, maybe financially successful, but they completely ignore their physical health or emotional well-being.
Okay.
The fatigue from lack of sleep or the stress from unresolved emotional issues, eventually that's going to undermine their intellectual sharpness, their decision-making. It might even lead to bad financial choices made under pressure.
Or someone with great relationships but constant financial anxiety.
Yeah, that underlying stress can make it hard to be truly present, truly connect with people. It shows how you can't really compartmentalize these things long term. True well-being, that enriched life the article talks about, seems to require attention across all these areas. You need the whole system to be functioning well.
It's a really compelling case for a more integrated way of thinking about self-improvement. Okay, so we understand the pillars, the foundation. The article then moves into specific actions, right? Intentional pathways.
Yes, 7 specific pathways. These are the practical strategies, the how-to for putting this holistic vision into action, making it tangible.
Let's get into those. Pathway number 1 is about prioritizing physical and mental well-being. We touched on the pillars, but what are the actions?
Okay, so for the physical side, it gets concrete. Aiming for that 150 minutes of weekly exercise, making it a specific, measurable goal.
Not just exercise more.
Right, and focusing on whole, balanced meals, really thinking about nutrition as fuel, and nailing down that 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. The article frames these as non-negotiable investments, not optional extras.
Non-negotiable. That's a strong word. It forces you to take it seriously.
It does. And then for mental well-being, within this same pathway, it emphasizes mindfulness practices, which doesn't have to mean hours of meditation. It could be short, focused pauses during the day, just observing your thoughts.
Building awareness.
Exactly. And again, taking mental health concerns seriously, seeking help when needed without stigma. But what really stood out for me was reframing self-care.
You mentioned this not as indulgence, but as preventive healthcare.
Yes. It shifts the mindset completely. It's about building that mental and emotional buffer before you hit a crisis. And the article had this great insight about micro moments of self-care.
Ah, yes. Tell me more about that.
Just integrating tiny resets throughout the day, like a 5-minute walk outside, a few deep breaths before call, a moment of quiet reflection. These small, consistent actions can actually be more powerful in preventing burnout than trying to block out a whole afternoon for self-care once in a while.
The compound effect again.
Yeah.
Little and often.
Exactly. Consistency is key.
Okay, that makes sense. What's the second pathway?
Pathway 2 is cultivating meaningful relationships, recognizing the huge impact of our social connections.
And it's about quality, right? Not just quantity.
Definitely. The article stresses prioritizing genuine quality time with friends and family. Not just being in the same room, but being actively engaged, listening, investing emotionally, nurturing those bonds.
Being present.
And then there's the professional side, attending industry events in person or virtual, using platforms like LinkedIn strategically for real connection and knowledge sharing.
And remembering that 70–80% statistic about jobs coming from connections.
Precisely. It highlights the tangible value of building and maintaining that network.
And the skills involved. The article mentioned a couple.
Yeah, active listening, really hearing what people are saying, understanding their perspective, and diligent follow-up.
Ah, follow-up. So simple, so often missed.
Isn't it? How many potential opportunities, collaborations, or just valuable connections drift away because someone didn't send that email or make that call? It's a reminder that good intentions need action.
Very true. Okay, pathway 3.
Pathway number 3 is engaging in hands-on learning and hobbies, moving beyond just consuming information.
So, getting your hands dirty, so to speak.
Literally, sometimes. The examples were things like taking a cooking class, learning an instrument, building something. The emphasis is on experiential learning, doing, creating, problem solving.
Engaging more than just your brain.
Yes. Your senses, your motor skills. And this ties into learning models like the 70.20.10 idea, right?
where 70% of learning comes from doing.
Exactly. The article really shows why that hands-on experience is so crucial for making learning stick. You internalize things differently when you've actually applied them, wrestled with them.
It solidifies the understanding.
Mm-hmm. And there are long-term benefits, too. The article cites research suggesting that learning new skills, especially complex ones like languages, can actually help delay cognitive decline.
Wow. So it's an investment in your future brain health, too.
Definitely. Makes it feel even more worthwhile.
Okay, hands-on learning. What's pathway number 4?
Seeking mentorship and coaching. This is framed as a real accelerator.
How so?
Well, a good mentor can drastically speed up your growth curve, boost your confidence, give you clarity. They can spot your blind spots, things you just don't see about yourself.
That outside perspective is invaluable.
Totally. They offer tailored guidance you probably wouldn't find otherwise. It's like having an experienced guide in unfamiliar territory.
And the article mentioned it's not just a one-way street, right? The mentor benefits, too.
Absolutely. That was a key point.
Yeah.
Mentors get fulfillment, they develop their own leadership skills, they get fresh perspectives from mentees. The article calls it a mutual growth opportunity.
A reciprocal relationship.
Yeah. Both parties gain something valuable, which is useful to remember if you're thinking of approaching someone to be a mentor. Well, framing it as a potential value exchange rather than just asking for their time can be more effective. What can you offer them? Enthusiasm, a different perspective, a chance for them to practice coaching. It makes the ask more compelling.
Good point. Okay, pathway 5.
Pathway 5 is volunteering or joining community projects. This might seem less obvious as self-investment, but the article highlights a surprising range of benefits.
Beyond just feeling good about helping out.
Way beyond. You acquire critical soft skills, communication, teamwork, problem-solving in real-world situations. You can find a strong sense of purpose, gain leadership experience, often in a less pressured environment than work. It boosts job readiness by demonstrating initiative, practical skills, commitment. And the article stresses the significant mental health benefits that sense of contribution really boosts well-being.
It used a great phrase for it. Something about an internship.
Yes. Consider it a scalable internship for building real-world capital.
That's it. I love that.
It captures it perfectly, doesn't it? Practical experience, network expansion, but often with fewer barriers to entry. It's a great way to build skills and connections.
Definitely. Okay, number 6.
Pathway 6 is exploring formal education opportunities. Even with all the informal learning available, the article argues there's still enduring value in traditional structures.
What kind of value?
The structure itself, clear goals, deadlines, consistent feedback loops, which can be harder to get on your own, and the unique peer connections you make building a network with fellow learners.
The community aspect.
Mm-hmm. And beyond the specific subject, formal education fosters discipline, expands your network through structured interactions, and just contributes to overall personal growth by challenging you intellectually.
It can reignite that curiosity too, can it? Even just a single course or workshop.
Absolutely. Keeps the mind engaged and open.
Okay, and the final pathway, number 7.
Mastering your financial health. Bringing it back to that crucial 6th pillar.
And the actions here.
Creating a comprehensive budget, really understanding your incomings and outgoings, diligently reducing debt, building that essential emergency fund.
The foundational steps.
Yes. And seeking professional guidance, consulting a financial advisor for long-term planning, moving beyond just managing day-to-day finances to strategic, long-term thinking.
And the connection to well-being.
The article states it plainly. Financial stability reduces chronic stress and supports overall wellness. Financial insecurity is a huge source of anxiety that affects everything else.
So addressing it is a direct investment in your mental and emotional health.
Absolutely. It underlines how interconnected everything really is. Improving your financial situation frees up mental bandwidth and reduces stress, allowing you to thrive elsewhere.
Wow. Okay, so those 7 pathways provide a really practical roadmap. But, life happens. Starting is one thing, sticking with it is another. Did the article talk about obstacles?
It absolutely does. It anticipates the hurdles you're likely to face on this kind of journey. It's realistic.
Good. What are some common ones? And more importantly, what are the solutions?
Okay, first up, apathy or a lack of drive. That feeling of just not being motivated.
Yeah, we've all been there.
The fix.
Sure.
Reconnect with your core purpose. Use habit stacking, linking a new habit to an existing one. And crucially, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge the progress.
Build momentum.
Okay.
What else?
Fear of failure. This is a big one.
Huge.
The solution is shifting your mindset. See mistakes as learning opportunities, not catastrophes. Take small, calculated risks. Prioritize growth over perfection. It's about iteration.
Get comfortable with imperfection. Got it.
Wow.
Time constraints, the classic I don't have time.
Always.
Use SMART goal-specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound to get really clear. Break big tasks into smaller chunks. And this is key: consciously schedule rest and reflection. Treat it like an appointment.
Don't just hope it happens. Schedule it. Makes sense.
Then there's lack of direction. Feeling a bit lost about where to start or what to do next.
Use planners. Seek out mentors for guidance. Implement regular check-ins with yourself. Review your progress. Adjust your course.
Stay agile. And the last obstacle.
Unrealistic expectations. Trying to do too much too soon or aiming for some unattainable perfection.
That could be demotivating.
Definitely. The solution is to focus on continuous progress, not perfection. Recognize that growth is a journey, not a destination. Be kind to yourself about the process.
That's a really helpful breakdown. Problem, solution. Very practical.
Yeah.
So once you navigate the obstacles, how do you keep the momentum going long term?
The article offers strategies for sustained progress, too.
Like what?
Well, we mentioned setting SMART goals for overcoming time constraints, but it's crucial for long-term progress, too. That clarity keeps you focused.
Right.
Then, tracking progress. Using a journal, an app, whatever works for you. Seeing how far you've come is incredibly motivating.
Visual evidence of your effort.
Exactly. Also, celebrating milestones, acknowledging achievements big or small, it gives you that psychological boost to keep going. Reinforces the positive behavior.
Rewarding yourself along the way.
And finally, building your support system. Intentionally surrounding yourself with people who encourage your growth. Friends, family, peers, mentors. Having that positive reinforcement makes a huge difference, especially during tough patches.
Having people in your corner.
Exactly. Accountability and encouragement.
When you put all those strategies together, addressing obstacles, sustaining progress, it really drives home that idea of the compounding effect, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's not about massive overnight transformations. It's the consistent, small, sometimes barely noticeable investments you make every day that accumulate over time into something really significant, that steady, persistent effort.
Absolutely. That's the real power behind this holistic approach.
So, as we wrap up our look at this article, what's the main takeaway message you think listeners should hold on to?
I think the core message is that investing in yourself in the broader, richer sense is probably the most rewarding thing you can do. It's not about chasing external validation, the next certificate, the bigger paycheck.
Though those might happen.
They might. But the real goal is intentionally building a more resilient, more fulfilled, more enriched life across all areas of your well-being. Mental, physical, emotional, social, intellectual, financial, the whole picture.
And the article leaves us with a challenge, a question.
It does. A direct question for you, the listener. What's one area you will invest in first, starting today?
A call to immediate action. Even a small step.
Exactly. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just pick one thing, however small, and start now. That first step is often the most important.
A powerful prompt. And if people want to connect more with this...
Well, we definitely invite you to engage with Next Game Playbook community.
Yeah, absolutely. Please like, share, and subscribe to the show wherever you're listening. It really helps get these ideas out there. And for that deeper read, head over to the Next Game Playbook website, nextgameplaybook.com.
The full article, How to Invest in Yourself Beyond Online Courses, is right there.
We genuinely love to hear from you. Leave a comment on the article or on your podcast platform. Share your thoughts, maybe that one area you're going to focus on first.
And while you're on the site, you can subscribe to the Next Game Playbook newsletter for ongoing updates and exclusive content.
You could even suggest a related topic you'd like us to explore next time. Maybe something like mastering habit formation, or perhaps the power of professional networks. Let us know.
We release new explorations like this every week here at Next Game Playbook.
That's right. And we cover everything from, innovative career strategies to frameworks for personal development. Really anything designed to help you navigate your next big move with more clarity and purpose.
Thank you so much for tuning in today.
It's been great exploring this with you. Until our next exploration.